Oh, hello there. I wasn't expecting guests. I'm guessing the storm outside got too strong for you, eh? I don't blame you. It gets really cold around these parts. No wonder you'd want to keep warm. Oh, there's no need to be afraid now. I'm just a simple snowman. I don't mean you any harm. You don't look like you mean me any harm either, shivering like a leaf over there. You poor thing. I'm afraid I can't offer much in the way of warmth, being that I am made out of snow. But at least the inside of my igloo could offer some protection from the wind. Funnily enough, though, I do happen to have some spare blankets lying around. From the looks of it, you could use them. Come here and sit down. That's right. Make sure you're nice and snug there. If you don't mind me asking, are you new to these parts? Well, a lot of people who stop by here know the area well enough around this time of year to keep an eye on the sky before traveling out and making sure a home is close enough to reach if the weather were to turn. Oh, you're only staying in the area for a short while, huh? You thought you knew the way back, but the snow picked up before you could make it and covered up your tracks, leaving you stranded to wander aimlessly. Well, I'm glad I found you. Or rather, I'm glad you found me. I'm sure you've heard the tales surrounding places like these. No, not the ones about the strange creatures. Although everyone's heard about those. I'm talking about the ones that speak about, people getting lost in the snow. You walk around until you find it's snowing and try to turn back, but everything starts to look the same and you just can't figure out which way your tracks would have led you. The snow gets heavier, and you get more and more lost among the trees until hypothermia or exhaustion take you over and you collapse. Of course, the stories in particular don't apply to me. I'd be fine. The cold doesn't affect me. But it sure is nice being out of the wind. Anyway, I'm glad to see you're getting at least a little warmer. I'd light a fire for you, but I'm not really supposed to be near stuff like that. Not really very good for me, you know, as a snowman. How do I survive in summer? Well, I usually don't. When it gets too warm, I melt. You could call it sort of dying, I guess. But every year, someone is kind enough to rebuild me exactly the way I was before, so it's not so bad. They come up now and then, around this time of year, to do stuff in the nearby area. Some ritual or collecting some herb that can only be collected around this season. I don't know. Either way, they get me to watch over their stuff while they do whatever they need to. And I don't really mind. It's nice to have company. That's why I quite enjoy having you here. It can get rather lonely. You're glad you ran into me too? Well, I suppose it beats the alternative. Freezing to death outside. I am glad it was me you ran into rather than Something more hostile, though. It would be a shame for someone so sweet to be eaten by a hungry bear or wolf after accidentally stumbling into a cave looking for shelter. Or if you were especially unlucky, it could have been one of those creatures. No telling what would have happened to you then. I tell you what, since I'm not sure how safe this area is for someone not used to it, I'll walk you home when the conditions are better if you like. And I usually just welcome those in and let them leave whenever they deem worthy, but you don't seem very prepared. And I wouldn't be comfortable with myself if I just let you leave when it could be dangerous out there. I could show you some nice sights along the way if you like, too. There's a nearby river with an overhang that gets the most magnificent icicles, if you want to stop by there with me. And of course we'd have to be careful. I wouldn't want you slipping or anything. So you'd have to hold me tight as we pass. Don't worry. I'm made of snow, but I am strong. I did build this entire igloo myself. I had to watch someone the first couple of times before I could get the technique right. But I got there eventually. And now we have a cozy home. I'll have to rebuild it next year. But it's not the end of the world. I sort of enjoy the process. You know, if you're around next year, you should come and visit. Probably not around the same time as them, though. They're perfectly nice to me, but I don't think they enjoy the company of too many people. From what I've heard, they live mostly isolated like I do. Although I do remember them mentioning something about having a cat. But you know what it's like. Or, you know, I could come and meet you myself if you'd like. And that way you wouldn't have to trouble yourself trying to find me again. And it would be safer for you. Would you like that? And I sort of look forward to it. I haven't really had that many friends I could visit like that. And if you do end up coming back to my igloo, I can make sure to include more things next time to help you stay warm. Oh, you're feeling tired? Well, you're free to rest here if you want to. Nothing will hurt you while I'm around. Come closer. If it makes you more comfortable, you're free to lean against me. If you want. There you go. I think you and I are gonna get along just fine. Rest well now.